Top Speed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Veld van den Heuvel Cars, Johnny Loco and State of Art Menswear. Welcome to Top Speed and welcome to Zandvoort in Holland, where we race the final races in the Saker Sportscar Challenge 2012. But there's more, because there's also today an endurance race of 70 minutes for the World Championship.
Yeah, I saw some strong drivers today out of England. They are very fast. We have Rogier de Wit and we have Melroy Heemskerk.
But we also have a tactic.
Yeah, because this morning we did the qualifying on all tires. You will see in the endurance race, everyone starts and going up, and halfway they go down. We have to go up then.
Yeah. So that's our tactic, and we hope we can show you a lot of the endurance race, because that means that we do well. Have a lot of fun, and hope in the end we can bring you good news. After a warm welcome by Saker Sportscar's director Herbert Boender, it's time for the teams to prepare for the first sprint race of today. I will start like Rogier de Wit, who's the absolute favorite for winning the championship and the world title today. We ask him for his strategy.
Well, there is not really a strategy. The strategy for today is just take as many wins as I can get. But the nerves are getting really bad because today is D-Day. I'm going for the win and nothing else.
The weather is tricky because the tarmac is cold. And so I just be careful.
You have to go, man. I wish you very good luck.
Thank you.
The other favorite team for the championship is Gerrit and Rudolf Meijer, who start on position 4. And big surprise of today is Ivan Kersbergen on position 2, followed by Paul Rose in 3rd position with number 21. Good start for the numbers 1 and 2, and Rogier de Wit is taking the lead. My start is okay, and on the left of me comes Jan Lammers. And when we almost touch, Jan Lammers keeps pushing and I lift the throttle. And that cost me another position, because on the right side Tim Wielden is passing me. Behind me Christian Dijkhoff, seen from Ron Randesh's car, while Jeroen sees the first cars coming.
Okay, on 1st position, royal position, Rogier de Wit. Great, man. Red Pepper car, 2nd, 3rd, it's the English drivers. The 4th place, Gerrit Meijer. I'm looking for Martin now. He lost some places, but still very good. Okay, Martin. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Yes, yes, great.
Gerrit Meijer taking the inside corner, but Paul Rose is on his perfect line. So normally he should be faster, but they go together to the Audi S corner. And the one who's braking the latest will win this battle. And that's Paul Rose for now, but Gerrit Meijer is pushing. Laurens Meijer is behind Ton Verkoelen and Rick van Geffen. Verkoelen is overtaking on the outside, and let's see if he got the guts to cut the corner. He does, and he's faster than Rick van Geffen. And look how wet this part of the track was. It's slippery there. Meijer behind Paul Rose. He's aiming for the inside corner and he's taking it, and there Meijer passed Paul Rose. And it was only a matter of time, because Meijer was pushing all the time. Ron Randash is behind Christian Dijkhoff and he's pushing me. In the next left corner I have to stay on the inside so that Dijkhoff cannot pass me. But while looking too much in my mirrors, I miss my apex, go too wide, and Dijkhoff passes me. Former Formula 1 driver and Le Mans winner Jan Lammers on the inside of the Tarzan corner. Tim Wielden on the outside. And he's a tough one because he doesn't give in. Going into the Gerlach corner. And here Jan Lammers is faster. And of course there's nobody else knowing Zandvoort better than Jan Lammers. Rogier de Wit is too strong for everybody and wins the race. But behind him it's not done yet. Gerrit Meijer trying in the last meters to catch up with Ivan Kersberger, but Kersberger wins. Is second and Meijer third. And this is how Meijer pays his respect to Kersberger. But after the race, Ivan Kersberger finds out that he gets a 10 seconds time penalty because of a false start and is set back to position 4. So Gerrit Meijer finishes second and Paul Rose third, and I managed to lose only 3 positions and finish as 10th on old tires. Rogier de Wit was just too fast for everybody.
Yeah, it was amazing. Just right away from the start, I just managed to open up a gap. I just pushed it like really hard because the boys said just don't lay down, just keep going. I just hit a wet patch and I just went sideways. I just went this far from the wall, and that just scared the hell out of me. So I just took it a little bit slower from then, and I just managed the race. So this is the first win for today. Let's hope we can continue for the rest.
Yeah, of course it's our home track, Zandvoort. So on Brands Hatch it was more difficult to stay in front of Paul Rose. But we start on the second spot and we finish second. So my colleague Oscar has to do the next race. So I hope he will continue.
Although my race career is still very young, another dream came true for me today.
I got a few heroes, racing heroes. Gijs van Lennep is one of them. He won Le Mans 2 times, but also a Le Mans winner is also one of my all-time favorites, and that's Jan Lammers. And if you would have asked me 3 years ago, there comes a day that you're racing against Jan Lammers, I would have laughed.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good news for me or good news for you.
No, it's very good news for me. But this is what I like about you, Jan. You experienced everything in your life. You've been racing Formula 1, you won Le Mans, you did everything. You were one of the all-time best racing drivers in Holland. And you get into a Volvo 360, you get into an old BMW, you get into the Saker. You don't care, you just step in and race.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's nice to keep that touch with your roots, you know, and I'd like to know what's going on in the minds of the racing enthusiasts, you know, both the armchair enthusiasts and of course the racing chair real drivers enthusiasts. And it's just nice to go through all levels, and sometimes you have the privilege of driving some kind of an ex-Schumacher F1. And sometimes you drive with these cars, and both is nice.
Against Martin Utberg, but it was close on the Tarzan corner with us.
Yeah, it's tight, but then, you know, sometimes you keep your foot in and kind people like you lift off, so that's nice.
But the difference was, I knew it was Jan, but afterwards said, oh, was it you?
I just see cars and helmets, you know.
But the main thing is, we have fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Before the start of the second sprint race, all teams are presented to the public. But Jeroen and me, we have a problem because it starts to rain and that messes up our whole plan.
Yeah, because we saved the tires for this race, brand new slicks, and now it's gonna rain. So I don't know.
The weather has been horrible all day. It's been dry, wet. Now it's just a little bit dripping again.
It's everything, isn't it? You know, what tyres you use wet tyres, you use slick tyres.
They just said it's going to be a little bit dripping right now. Then it's going to be dry, and just before the start of the race, we get another 7 minutes of rain.
We've gone for slick tyres, and hopefully it'll stay dry. Hopefully.
It's too much for my nerves. I'm telling you honestly.
Normally you're a cool guy.
Yeah, normally I'm really cool and confident about what to do. But the people that are cheering me on today, they just put a little bit of extra pressure, which makes it really hard, but which makes it a lot more fun as well.
The comforting thought is that everybody is nervous about it, and it's the same for everybody. So, better dress up now.
At the start of the second sprint race, Rogier de Wit is on pole position, Rudolf Meijer second, Paul Rose third, and Oscar Rocades is in fourth position. Jeroen starts on position 13, so the first lap is very important. And let's see how many cars he can take over in order to go to the first 5 positions. The first car is gone. There comes Ron Randash on the left side. And left of him in the white car is Rick van Geffen. And there is in the yellow car Laurens Meijer. Emil Bezemer is braking there, and that's a chance for Jeroen. Because Laurens Meijer, he's losing some speed because of that. They're going into the Gerlach corner together. No chance for Jeroen here, so he has to wait. But his speed is good. He's on the outside. Overtaking here is quite difficult, but Jeroen manages to pass Laurens Meijer, and there comes Emil Bezemer to the right. He's blocking Jeroen, so he has to go off the throttle going into the Slotermaker corner. But Jeroen speeds up again going to the Schijfvlak, and he has to be extra careful because Emil Bezemer came to the right side after the last corner, so Jeroen takes the outside. He's behind Rick van Geffen now, who's behind Henk Thijssen. And there goes Van Geffen. Will he take the inside now? He waits another corner. There he passes Henk Thijssen, and then already he's behind Jan Lammers. And Jan Lammers behind Oscar Brocades. Overtaking Jan Lammers is something quite different because he's such an experienced race driver. Know exactly when to block, where to block and how to block. And this is a specialty. But he's behind Oscar Brocades, so that could be advantage of Jeroen. Brocades is braking early. Jan Lammers wants to take the inside, but there Jeroen brakes later. And already now he finds his chance to pass Jan Lammers. And for sure he will also pass Oscar Brocades now, going to the QMO. The only thing is to brake later, and he does. So within one lap, Jeroen overtakes 8 cars and is in 5th position now. We'll be back after the break with more Saker World Finals from the racetrack of Zandvoort in Holland. Top Speed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Veld van den Heuvel Cars, Johnny Loco and State of Art Menswear. Welcome back to Top Speed and welcome to the Saker World Finals from the racetrack of Zandvoort. During the start of the second sprint race, something important happens. On the left you see favorite Rogier de Wit having a problem, and with that his chances for the world title shrink enormously. And like Jeroen, also Herbert Boender is coming from the back and he has a good start as well. Boender is the Saker Sportscar's director, and since his job is very busy he doesn't race so much anymore, but still he is fast. P1 Rudolf Meijer followed by Paul Rose. Herbert Boender behind Laurens Meijer. These guys know each other very well, and when they're in the same race it's always good for a nice battle. Boender taking the inside, and yes, he's faster and he can overtake him. Behind Emil Bezemer, who's the outside of Rick van Geffen. And will Boender make it on the inside? Van Geffen is faster, and there he touches Henk Thijssen and he almost goes round. Also luck for Boender that he doesn't spin. Also coming from the back, Melroy Heemskerk, because they couldn't start in the first race, and you see how fast he is. And also they still stand a chance for the world title. Rogier de Wit going in, and for him this race is over. Jeroen is still going strong, coming from position 13. He also overtakes Oscar Brocades now, and he's in position 4. But behind Jeroen also Herbert Boender is doing very well, overtaking Jan Lammers here, and he's in 6th position now behind Oscar Brocades, who's in 5th. Boender very careful there, not going to the inside because he knows that Brocades is coming to the left, and he also knows that his chance will come in the next corner. Boender in the slipstream, and there he's coming out of it, and on the right side braking later, and now he passes Oscar Brocades. He's in 5th position behind Jeroen. Laurens Meijer behind Oscar Brocades on the straight, going towards the Tarzan corner. And on the right comes Luca Bettini, but he's going way too fast, and Brocades is lucky there not to hit him. Also Laurens Meijer can pass. This is what it looked like from Bettini's car, going way too fast into the Tarzan. Brocades is lucky here not to crash, and by the way, he already experienced 2 bad crashes this season, so he loses a little bit his balance over the next lap and gets overtaken by a number of other cars, and the last one is Rick van Geffen, almost pushes him to the wall. Exciting battle between Jeroen and Herbert Boonder, who is pushing. Jeroen is still in 4th position and Herbert Boonder 5th. And he's faster coming out of the Audi S corner, going to the QMO. Jeroen has the advantage of the inside corner, but Herbert Boonder is faster and closes the door here. And that's where it's done. Boonder in 4th and Jeroen in 5th. Going into the last lap, and up front it's still not done yet because Paul Rose is pushing in the last corners to come close to Rudolf Meijer, but Meijer wins. Then also Jan Lammers seems to have a problem because his speed is gone and is overtaken here by Henk Thijssen. Meijer wins and Paul Rose second, and Meijer's happy.
Yeah, I was happy, of course. Not for him, but for me. I needed the points for the championship. And yeah, I had a good race with Paul Rose. And yeah, it was awesome.
Because he stayed behind you, did you defend?
A couple of laps. The first laps I had to defend. Then 4 or 5 laps, nothing. And then, well, he was there again. So the end of the race, I had to fight for my position.
And I followed him when he started pulling away. And then all of a sudden I was catching him, but I wasn't going any quicker, he was going slower, so I thought I've got my chance here. And then Rudolf made a mistake, and I thought I've got it when I made the same mistake, so I didn't get him.
It was just a fantastic start, just threaded my way through, and it was just a clean drive. Brilliant, hung on to it. But my tyres dropped off, I don't know, about lap 5, lap 6. Lost about 2 seconds a lap, but I got enough gap then, so yeah, I could hold it off.
Yeah, a gap of 12 seconds, you couldn't close it.
No, I didn't see him anymore as well. So at the moment I was fourth. I didn't see him, and I know it was 2-3 laps, and I tried to keep talking to myself that I must keep pushing. But you don't want to over push at such a moment because the number 5th and 6th were still quite close behind. So I had to look a bit in the mirrors as well. But from 14 to 4, perfect race for me.
A bad day for Rogier de Wit, who was the favorite for the championship and the world title. But so far things don't run like they should for him.
Yeah, very disappointing. I just started my warm-up lap, and then there was like a small cable that just got distracted from where it was supposed to be.
But why did you go on? Because the speed was gone, and then you continued for 3 laps.
I know, my dad told me when I was like 10 years old, he said, you never come in a race unless all 4 of the wheels fall off your car. So that's exactly what I did. I just carried on, and I was thinking if I do a few laps, I get some points at least for like 20th position or whatever. But I came in and it was like a very small thing, so they fixed it in like 2 seconds. So in the end, it would have been better to come in, but you never know what it is. So.
And now you got only 1 chance.
I got only 1 chance, and that just like go as hell.
So it's all or nothing for Rogier de Wit, but in the best position are Gerrit and Rudolf Meijer, who are on pole position. But also we stand a good chance because Jeroen starts for us in 5th position. The light goes on, and when they go off, Jeroen's first gear pops out, and there goes a good start. Rogier de Wit has a very good start, and before the Tarzan corner he overtakes 7 cars. But he needs to in order to make any chance on the championship. First position Rudolf Meijer, Paul Rose in 2nd, and Herbert Boonder is 3rd. Then comes Laurens de Wit, Tim Wielden, then Emil Bezemer, and in 7th position it's Ivan Kesbergen. For the 2nd time today Jeroen has to come all from the back, but this time because of a gearbox pop out. Here he's passing Henk Thijssen, and he knows that it's difficult, but it's a 70-minute race, so all is possible. Rick van Geffen, Laurens Meijer, Jan Lammers, and then Jeroen. Passing Jan Lammers is not easy because he knows all the tricks, and this is one of them. Here he slightly slows down so that Jeroen has to lift the throttle, but he doesn't, then hit Jan Lammers at the backside and he's gone. Rogier de Wit again, next to Laurens Meijer. He has to take over all these cars in order to make any chance on the championship because he needs the points. Going on the inside from Laurens Meijer. behind Rick van Geffen, and in front of Rick van Geffen is Henk Thijssen. Here you see that the exit speed of the corner is much higher, and this is why he reaches a higher top speed at the straight, and then also brakes later than Henk Thijssen going into the Tarzan corner. Herbert Boonder behind Rudolf Meijer, and in the Audi S corner Rudolf Meijer almost spins, but with all he has he's got this car still under control and he's still leading. Then for Tim Wielden with number 43 the race is over after he crashed in the Audi S corner. Rudolf Meijer still in leading position. But Herbert Boonder is pushing and he's on the inside. He's passing Meijer here, and Meijer doesn't seem to understand what's happening, but Boonder is a very good driver and Meijer knows. Jeroen behind Rick van Geffen now, braking. And again he's slowing down and Jeroen cannot avoid him anymore and pushes him off. It's like the same situation as with Jan Lammers. Then Herbert Boonder is going into the pits for a driver's change and he wishes his teammate Rudolf good luck. 2 laps later Rudolf Meijer comes in and his father Gerrit will take over the wheel. They're still in leading position. But it's going to be a tough one for Gerrit Meijer because also Melroy Heemskerk got into the IDRT car and he's also a fast driver. Jeroen comes in and I take over the wheel. Then the most important moment in the race. Rogier de Wit going into the schijfvlak. And there he spins and gets stuck into the gravel. End of the race for him. End of the championship. But there's one other team making chances on the championship next to Gerrit and Rudolf Meijer. And that's the IDRT car of Melroy Heemskerk and Laurens de Wit. And they're going well. Gerrit Meijer behind me in the corner without a name, they call it. And he has to correct his car. I think it's the nerves because he knows that Melroy Heemskerk is coming. Going to the left, Goterman again, he has to correct it. He's really pushing, but you see that he's not going really faster then. It must be the nerves. It's getting dark when I'm in a fight with Ruud Vollebrecht on the straight going towards the Tarzan corner. And here I brake later and I win 1 position going to the end of the race. Melroy Heemskerk, he's hooking up with Gerrit Meijer and he's going to pass him, but if Gerrit Meijer will finish, it will not be enough for Melroy Heemskerk to win the championship because they didn't race the first race. Then we got the red flag, meaning that Gerrit Meijer and Rudolf Meijer win the championship for the 2nd time in a row. And for the first time they can call themselves world champion. And of course this is the way to celebrate. Another victory for father and son.
Maybe we're not the fastest, but also endurance counts, and that's what we're good at. Just keep
second
driving,
time Dutch champion.
Second time Dutch champion, first time world champion.
Second best are Melroy Heemskerk and Laurens de Wit.
We started 3rd in the championship and we finally finished 2nd. So I'm very, very proud of the boys. They worked very hard the whole season, and I'm absolutely a proud man to drive for this team.
This is it for us, the Saker Sportscar Challenge 2012.
How fast can 1 year go? In the beginning you were at the back of the field.
And I was too kind.
Much too kind.
But
you can see...
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
This was it. Thank you very much. And we're gonna have a drink.
Yeah.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Top Speed is sponsored by the Olympia Region Zeveld van den Heuvel Cars, Johnny Loco and State of Art Menswear.